Of the 6 actresses who have played Merlina Addams, the most prominent are Christina Ricci, for her performance in the Addams Family movies, and Jenna Ortega for the Netflix series called Wednesday, but each one has given her own touch to the character. That's why in this video we will show you the differences between Christina Ricci and Jenna Ortega. But first I invite you to subscribe to this channel, so you can be one of the first people to comment and watch my video. With the premiere of A Wednesday, one of Netflix's hit series, Latina actress Jenna Ortega's performance is causing a lot of excitement among fans. Her performance as the daughter of the Addams family has been well received by critics. Of course, her performance has also been compared to the rest of the actresses who have played this character, especially Christina Ricci, who was Wednesday in the 90s movies. Before continuing, we must keep in mind that both characters take place in different times. The actresses forged their careers in different contexts, and that both the films and the series are aimed at a different generation. In this case, Jenna Ortega is funnier than the Wednesday played by Christina Ricci. Perhaps the most notable difference between the two versions is that Netflix's Wednesday has a more noticeable sense of humor, and even smiles a little from time to time. The 90s Wednesday was quite the opposite, with a serious and somber personality, as she was never seen smiling or making hilarious jokes. Her only touch of humor was black like her clothes. The Wednesday played by Christina Ricci was closer to her family. Everyone in the family in the Addams family had an established dynamic and get along well, with Wednesday always torturing Pericles and her dads showing them affection at every turn, albeit sometimes strangely. But in the series you can see that Wednesday is a rebellious teenager and doesn't get along very well with her parents. Although she is a little closer to her dad, she is always at odds with her mother and doesn't mind saying hurtful things to him when she tries to get close. Wednesday of the Addams family is more mysterious. Homer and Morticia's daughter loves to play dangerous pranks and set deadly traps, although it's never really clear exactly why the Addams family are the way they are. In the movies, Wednesday's character is kept shrouded in mystery by not expressing much of her thoughts. In addition, she is always drawn to the morbid and other things that would cause fear in most people. In the Netflix series, the goth girl is more expressive about her motivations and ideas. She even writes a novel and shows her thoughts while solving a mystery. Jenna Ortega's Wednesday is more sociable. In the movies, Wednesday is shown to hate being around other people and has no intention of establishing friendships. In contrast to the series, she does attend school, and in the end that leads her to make friends and even have a crush. Although she remains antisocial, in Nevermore Academy she develops a friendship with her roommate, Enid Sinclair, and other characters like Tyler Galpin and Xavier Thorpe. Netflix's Wednesday has more personality and depth. The movies have less time to develop the characters, their personalities and motivations change little or are not explored. Such is the case of Wednesday, who in the movies could be defined only as a dark, serious girl who doesn't care about anyone's acceptance. On the other hand, in the 8 episodes of the Netflix series we can see that Wednesday has these characteristics, but she is more expressive and lets us see that under her mask of seriousness she does care about her family and friends. Throughout the story, it is possible to appreciate an evolution in her, but without losing her essence that fans love so much. The famous series, Wednesday, when it hit Netflix, immediately became a trend due to the strong presence in networks of fans of the Addams family, celebrating the interpretation of Jenna Ortega as the great protagonist. But that's not all, it also marked the return of Christina Ricci, in case you hadn't noticed. Once it became known that Jenna Ortega would be the new Wednesday, thousands of fans and followers of the Addams family began to congratulate the new project of one of the most endearing series of recent times. But if the surprises were not enough, Christina Ricci's return to the series after 30 years of absence was also confirmed. Jenna Ortega was able to coincide in the recording studios with Christina Ricci, who plays Marilyn Thornhill, Wednesday's tutor in Nevermore. What is very little talked about is that neither of them talked about Wednesday's character. Or at least that's what Jenna Ortega herself implied. The young actress said that she never dared to ask her predecessor for advice, and seen from the other side, it was not necessary either, since Christina Ricci did not dare to talk about their common character. She also clarified that she did not want to be a contemporary version of her, as she does not intend to imitate something Christina Ricci did 3 decades ago. In another moment of conversation, Jenna Ortega made it clear that her role is very different from the one played by Christina Ricci, since they have different personalities and lifestyles. The California-born actress made it clear that this new version has several characters and different aspects that we should keep an eye on. These are the 6 actresses who have played Wednesday over the years. Lisa Loring. In the 60s television series The Addams Family, Lisa Loring was in charge of giving life to Wednesday. This was the first adaptation of the original comic book story written by Charles Addams. When Loring participated, she was only 6 years old, so her version of Wednesday was somewhat more tender and less malevolent compared to others. Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci's face is probably the one that most people associate when remembering this iconic character. She brought Wednesday Addams to life in the 1991 and 1993 films The Addams Family and The Return of the Addams Family. Both productions were a hit of the 90s, so Christina Ricci later participated in other films such as Penelope and The Legend of the Headless Horseman. Nicole Fugger. In the 1998 film The Mad Addams Reunion, Nicole Fugger was the actress chosen to play Wednesday Addams. She was also in the television series produced in the same year, The New Addams Family, which had 1 season and 65 episodes in total. Melissa Hunter. In 2013, an adult version of the character of Wednesday Addams was made for a series that was broadcast on YouTube, which was called Adult Wednesday. The adult version of Wednesday was played by Melissa Hunter, and its story revolved around the challenges faced by the character after becoming independent from her family. Chloe Grace Moretz. Even Chloe Grace Moretz has played the youngest of the Addams family. She did this through the 2019 animated films, The Addams Family and The Addams Family 2, which was released in 2021. Although she per se only lent her voice for the character, it is indisputable that the actress should be considered in this list of artists who have brought Wednesday to life. Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams on Netflix. This is the most recent version of Wednesday Addams, which can be seen on Netflix thanks to the new series being made by Tim Burton. Who will have the main character will be the actress of Latin American descent Jenna Ortega. In the series we will be able to see how Wednesday deals with not-so-common teenage problems while facing how to handle her powers. I know that asking for an opinion in this case is a bit complex. For the young people who are watching or saw the series, most likely this is the only version you have seen, but if by chance you have seen any of the others, let me know in the comments. And what do you think of the performances of each protagonist, or what differences you see between them? And if you liked this video, subscribe to this channel so you can be informed about all your favorite artists.